In the vastness of a sunlit forest lived a pair of birds. They had built a nest together on a high branch, surrounded by flowers and sheltered from the wind. For a long time, that nest was a place of peace. Her song filled the mornings. His care carried them through the afternoons. Love felt simple, spontaneous, light as flight itself. At first everything was shared without measure. One brought seeds, the other carried twigs. One warmed the nest, the other sang to brighten grey days. There was no bookkeeping, no balance sheet to check. It was the heart that guided their gestures, not obligation. But over time, something changed. The male bird began to notice all he was giving, the rarest grains, the long hours searching for food, the exhausting flights to find strong branches. And within him a thought arose, subtle but persistent. Does she even realize how much I do? Have you ever felt this way? Have you ever given generously, only to later find yourself silently expecting recognition or return? At first he said nothing. He only sighed now and then, waiting for words of gratitude, but when they did not come, he began to charge for them. I brought these seeds from far away. Do you know how much effort it cost me? He asked. She, surprised, answered with silence. To her, love needed no receipt. The days passed, and what was once spontaneous began to feel heavy. He started measuring how much he gave and how much he received. Each gesture became a coin, each absence a debt. And you? Have you ever felt a relationship grow heavy because someone began to charge for what once was freely given? The nest, once made of light branches, began to feel like it was built of iron. Wings, once free, now carried the burden of demands. He longed to hear declarations that did not come, demanded proofs of love that were already there, but muted under the weight of his expectations. Until one day, weary, she spoke. Love is not credit. When you gave me your seeds, I received them as a gift. But when you began to charge me, it stopped being love and became debt. Her words struck deep in his heart. In that moment, he realized he had turned what was spontaneous into obligation, that he had put a price on what was meant to be free. And in doing so, he was no longer giving. He was only lending. Have you noticed how charging for love can turn even the most beautiful gesture bitter? He lowered his head. He remembered the early days, when every twig offered was pure celebration, when every shared grain was pure joy. He remembered that their nest had been born not from demand, but from generosity. With tears in his eyes, he whispered, I was wrong. I turned a gift into a debt. Forgive me. She looked at him with tenderness. Love survives only when it is free. If it becomes a transaction, it decays. And so slowly, they rebuilt, not the nest, but the way they inhabited it. He relearned how to give without expecting repayment. She relearned how to receive without guilt. And together they began to sing again. But this time their song was wiser. It was not only made of enthusiasm, but also of understanding. Because they had discovered a truth. Every relationship begins to decay when you charge for what was once given freely. And you, what are you offering today, gifts or debts? Are you still giving out of love, or are you lending while expecting return? Perhaps this is the hardest reflection, because true love does not keep accounts, does not calculate, does not write in ledgers. It is recognized by its lightness. The more you give, the more you feel you've received. And when you start charging, you realize that love was never love. It was only credit. In the book of Romans, we are reminded to live in peace with everyone, as much as it depends on us. That includes letting go of expectations and remembering that love is offering, not contract. May we relearn how to give with lightness. May we relearn how to receive with gratitude, and may we never turn what is spontaneous into debt, so that love never loses its beauty. Now I ask you, how many times have you charged for something you gave from the heart? And how many times have you felt the weight of being charged for what you offered freely? Write your thoughts in the comments. Your reflection might open someone else's eyes. If this story spoke to you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Because in the end, love is not measured by what it demands, but by what it can give in silence.